The silent language of female trust. How touch reveals her true feelings. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, I'm going to reveal a truth almost no man understands. A truth that will completely change the way you interpret female signals and intimacy. If you think this is clickbait, stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll see why the way a woman allows touch isn't just physical. It's a window into her subconscious mind, her trust, and her emotional surrender. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Most men will watch a video like this, get hyped for 20 minutes and do nothing. You're not most men. You're here to truly understand and evolve your approach. Let's begin. Touch is not just physical, it's chemical, neurological, and visceral. When a man touches a woman, her brain doesn't simply register a hand on her body. Her nervous system is running thousands of calculations in milliseconds, evaluating safety. Is this person a threat? Respect. Do they honor my boundaries? Authenticity. Is this man genuine, confident, and emotionally stable? Intention. Does he have the right energy and mindset behind this touch? Every micro-expression, every subtle gesture, every slight pressure sends signals to her brain. And here's the kicker. Women are wired to detect these subtle nuances better than men. Their nervous systems are constantly analyzing emotional and chemical cues, even before the conscious mind registers anything. This is why the zone of touch matters. Touch is hierarchical. Not all touch carries the same weight. Some areas are neutral, some are intimate, and some are almost sacred. Misreading these cues is why most men completely miss the signals she's sending. The hierarchy of female trust zones. Let's break it down zone by zone, from neutral to intimate to total surrender. Level 1, arms and shoulders, neutral territory. This is the first line of touch. It's safe, accessible, and non-threatening. When a woman allows touch here, she's saying, "You're not a threat. I feel comfortable with your presence." Notice, this doesn't mean attraction. It's instinctive evaluation. She's testing your energy, observing your confidence, and seeing how you respect her boundaries. Level 2, hands and wrists, building intimacy. Hands are powerful. They're tools of expression and human connection. The moment she allows you to hold her hand, she's handing over a symbol of control and vulnerability. The wrists even more so, they're thin, exposed, and biologically sensitive. A woman may let one guy touch her hand casually, but with another, the same touch can feel electric. Why? The difference lies in your energy, presence, and emotional state. Hands don't just connect bodies, they connect trust, intention, and emotional depth. Level 3. Waist and lower back, instinctive trust. Now we enter the territorial zone. She can't see who's touching her here, which makes this a primal test of trust. If she leans into your touch rather than pulling away, her subconscious is signaling, "I trust you. I feel safe. I'm letting you occupy my personal space." This level is not casual. Misreading it can create discomfort or distrust. When handled correctly, it's a sign of psychological surrender and acceptance of your presence and protection. Level 4. Neck and face, sacred access. This is where vulnerability becomes deep. The neck is biologically sensitive, housing vital arteries, and the face represents identity. If she allows touch here, she's granting you access to her core sense of self. A touch on the neck? She's signaling primal trust. A touch on the face? She's showing intimate acceptance and emotional connection. At this level, your energy must remain calm, respectful, and confident. Any misstep breaks trust immediately. Level 5. Hair, total psychological surrender. Here lies the ultimate zone of female surrender. The hair. Hair is not just a physical trait. It's identity, femininity, and emotional expression. Women instinctively manipulate their hair when nervous, excited, or flirting. When she lets you touch her hair, she's doing something profound. She's handing over control of a deeply personal part of herself. She's signaling full subconscious trust, beyond conscious thought. Her reactions, tilting her head, closing her eyes, soft sighs, or involuntary smiles, are chemical and neurological responses of surrender. This is not manipulation or seduction. This is the natural result of trust built step by step through presence, confidence, and emotional stability. The science behind touch. Studies on emotional communication through touch reveal humans can detect emotions such as love, compassion, and desire with impressive accuracy through touch alone. Women are wired to decode subtle emotional cues, making them more responsive to energy and intent than the gesture itself. In other words, it's not just your hands. It's your presence, confidence, and energy transmitted through your touch. Key takeaways. Touch is a silent conversation. Every zone communicates something different. Levels progress from neutral to intimate to surrender. Arms, hands/wrists, waist/lower back, neck/face hair. Misreading touch leads to missed opportunities. Understanding touch creates authentic connection. The ultimate zone of female surrender is hair, and it represents trust, identity, and emotional vulnerability. Physical contact must never be forced or used manipulatively. Trust is built over time through respect, confidence, and emotional authenticity. Your first key insight. Her body speaks before her mouth. Most men focus on words. She said she's busy. She said she's just friends. But here's the truth. Women communicate attraction and trust primarily through their bodies. Their subconscious brain is constantly evaluating. Is this man safe? Do I feel drawn to him? Can I let my guard down? And here's the thing. The closer she feels to surrender, the more subtle and involuntary her signals become. She can't fake them. Even if she consciously says, "I'm not interested," her nervous system may betray her true feelings. Signal 1: Microexpressions and facial feedback. Your first window into her subconscious is her face. Microexpressions are tiny, involuntary movements that last less than a second, yet reveal true emotion. Eye contact. If she holds your gaze slightly longer than normal or glances at you repeatedly, it's a sign of interest. Subtle smiles. A brief lift at the corners of her lips, even when she's neutral, indicates emotional pleasure and comfort. Mirroring. If she unconsciously mimics your posture, gestures, or tone of voice, her brain is signaling connection and alignment. These microsignals happen before she even realizes it. That's why paying attention to her body language beats listening to her words. Signal 2. The power of proxemics, how she moves around you. Proxemics is the study of personal space. How a woman positions herself around you tells you more than words ever could. Leaning in. Slight forward movement shows interest, comfort, and openness. Shoulder or hip orientation. Her body naturally angles toward people she's emotionally drawn to. Subtle retreats. Pulling back slightly isn't always rejection. It can be a test of your confidence or energy. Understanding space as communication allows you to respond correctly. Not chasing, not overanalyzing, but holding presence and energy. Signal 3: The nervous system tells all. When a woman is attracted, her body literally reacts. Pupil dilation. Her eyes widen when she's aroused or emotionally engaged. Breathing patterns. Faster, shallower breaths indicate excitement or nervousness around you. Touch gestures. Playing with hair, lightly touching her neck, or subtle skin exposure all signal subconscious invitation and comfort. These cues are chemical and neurological, they can't be faked. Once you understand how she's really feeling before she says a word. Signal 4. Testing the masculine energy. Women unconsciously test masculine energy constantly. She's asking, can he handle me? Does he have presence and confidence? Is he safe, strong, and emotionally stable? Her signals are part of this test. If she touches your arm, leans in, or lets you playfully lead a conversation, she's evaluating your energy, consistency, and dominance in a positive way. Let her test. Stay grounded. Respond from confidence, not neediness. Fail this test and all the touch in the world won't matter. Pass it and her subconscious starts pulling her closer without her conscious awareness. The science of subtle sexual signals. Here's what most men never understand. Sexual attraction is biologically driven, and women often cannot control these impulses consciously. Some examples. Leg cross orientation. Legs pointed toward you unconsciously signal interest. Hair flipping and head tilts. These are rooted in evolutionary signaling of femininity and openness. Skin exposure and unconscious touching of her neck or chest. Not overt seduction. It's nervous system-driven surrender. Notice how all these cues align with the hierarchy of touch from part 1. First, neutral zones. Then subtle invitations. Finally, total surrender. Her body tells the story your ears never hear. Key takeaways from Part 2. Words are unreliable. Her body tells the truth. Micro-expressions, proxemics, and involuntary touch cues reveal attraction and trust. Women unconsciously test masculine energy. Your confidence and consistency are what she responds to. Sexual and emotional signals are neurological, chemical, and subconscious. They happen long before she decides consciously. Reading her correctly requires observation, patience, and emotional presence, not manipulation or games. Your action plan. How to apply this knowledge. Observe before acting. Watch her micro-expressions, body orientation, and gestures. Build masculine energy. Stay confident, calm, and emotionally grounded. These signals resonate subconsciously. Respect boundaries. True surrender only happens when she feels safe. Don't rush, don't force. Respond appropriately. If she gives subtle access, leaning in, hand gestures, hair play, match energy but remain composed. Trust the signals. Your goal isn't to force attraction. It's to recognize it and respond from strength and presence. The female body speaks a silent language. Touch is one part of it, but her entire physical and behavioral system communicates trust, interest, and attraction long before she consciously admits it.